There are so many fascinating fan theories about Zootopia, like why there are no fish or cats and dogs in the movie, and what's really going on between Judy and Nick. Stay tuned to find out what the directors have to say about that. You'll be shocked when you see the deleted scene. The directors also confirm why the antelopes are groundbreaking Disney characters. Let's dive into all of this and more with 10 Zootopia fan theories that make total sense.
This is priority number 1.
Judy and Nick are descendants of Robin Hood and Skippy. We love it when Disney movies exist in the same universe. And there's a fan theory that Zootopia exists in the same world as Robin Hood. Not only that, but Judy and Nick could be descendants of key characters in that movie, Robin Hood himself and Skippy the Bunny. Even more exciting is the fact that the co-directors of Zootopia are on board with the idea. A fan asked them whether someone who lived in the Zootopia universe could go back in time and discover whether Disney's Robin Hood existed. The directors responded by saying that it could have taken place in the Middle Ages, and therefore it was a neat idea that totally makes sense. K-Max Time pointed out the similarities between Robin Hood and Nick, lending weight to the theory that they're related. Nick's thirst for justice and rebellious nature could have been handed down from his ancestral brave pioneers who weren't afraid to think outside the box. When society ridiculed Nick for wanting a fair setup, he turned to shady markets and dealings to bring more good to the world. That's just like how Robin Hood took from the rich and gave to the poor. And then there's the fact that these two Fox characters share an uncanny resemblance. As for Judy and Skippy, they both share rural roots. So the theory goes that after the events of King John's reign, Skippy's family was able to afford land and make a farm. This lasts all the way to the New World, where Judy's family are farmers. Judy also believes in justice and righting wrongs, just like Skippy. Although this is just speculation, there's another fan theory that got explicitly confirmed by the movie's co-director. Judy's neighbors are a gay couple. When Judy is shown to her apartment at the Grand's Pangolin Arms, we briefly see her next-door neighbors. They are Bucky and Pronk Oryx-Antlerson.
Oh, hi! I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud.
Don't expect us to apologize for it.
Judy soon discovers that they are loud and argumentative. They listen in on Judy's phone conversation with her parents after her rough first day at work, and they offer up some pretty rude comments, like telling Judy to turn off the depressing music and telling her that tomorrow may be worse. They also yell at each other to shut up. The couple largely went unnoticed, but some fans put forward the theory that they were in fact Disney's first ever gay couple. The clue was in the credits, where they were listed with the same double-barreled surname, Oryx-Antlerson. And in November 2016, co-director Jared Bush confirmed on Twitter that they are indeed a gay married couple. He added that they don't yell at each other because they're gay, they yell because they're real. It was in response to a fan who asked if he'd ever commented on the nature of Bucky and Pronk's relationship, and Jared plus co-director Byron Howard actually provided the voices for those two groundbreaking characters. The Zootopians were created by humans. A fan shared a theory on Reddit that the animals we see in Zootopia are actually human-animal hybrids, and humans created them. There are various ways we can see this in the movie. The Zootopians have larger legs than their present-day cousins. They are legs made for walking upright, so there must be human DNA present to make that possible. They also have fingers rather than paws, and the females have 2 breasts. This is another human trait. If you look at rabbits in the wild, they are rodents, which means they have 6 teats to feed their young. Again, that points to human DNA. This fan acknowledges that there's a potential problem with this theory, and that's what we hear in the first trailer for the movie. It says Zootopia exists in a world where humans never happened, and that is why Zootopia is a modern civilized world that is entirely animal. However, the fan has an answer to that. This humans never existed line could be what the government of Zootopia says, because after all, how would you feel if you woke up one day and learned that dragons created humans? That might sound ridiculous to us, but Zootopians might also find the idea of humans creating them to be ridiculous. We'll give you even more fan theories on this potential cover-up. Stay tuned for more on that later in our video. Humans were overthrown by the Zootopians. Another fan theory on Reddit also proposes that the Zootopians were created by humans, but this fan takes the theory even further by claiming that Zootopia takes place in a future where humankind has been overthrown by animals. The theory suggests that humans became so advanced they decided to create new mammals with human DNA, and these new mammals got the most beneficial human traits. We're talking things like speech, walking on two legs, having opposable thumbs, and having a higher cognitive function. That totally ties in with the kind of anthropomorphic animals we see in the movie. They have these very human traits, like wearing modern clothing. The theory goes on to suggest that these advanced animals saw how badly their wild counterparts were treated. They were disgusted by the way humans behaved towards wild creatures, and so they revolted against humanity. Over time, the anthropomorphic animals and wild animals started to breed, and that's what created the mixed animals we see in the movie. Why there are no cats and dogs. This fan theory on Reddit can also explain why there are no cats and dogs in Zootopia, and it links to the mammal discrimination we see in the movie, as well as the stigma attached to being a predator. After humanity was overthrown, a similar stigma would have existed towards animals that had previously been associated with humans. We're talking about all those animals you don't see in the movie, as well as domestic cats and dogs. There are no primates, horses, or cows. What do those animals have in common? They either look like humans or they have a symbiotic relationship with humans. For example, dogs are a man's best friend. Cats lived in luxury. Horses had close relationships with humans. Cows relied on humans to harvest their milk and feed them. Primates looked like humans, and that's why they don't appear in Zootopia, because they were all removed by the other species. Why there is a corgi in the UK version. Another Reddit user also put forward a similar theory, but with a slightly different angle, and it explains why there is in fact a dog in the UK version of the film. A corgi to be precise, which is the Queen's favorite dog breed, but we'll get to that soon. Let's go through the whole theory first. The fan suggests that there are no cats and dogs in Zootopia because they actively stood by humanity during the uprising. It's not just that they had a close relationship with humans, but that they defended humans when the animals revolted. This fan theory gives the movie a backstory where animals overthrew humanity in an event called the Great Purge. This fan also has a response to the fact that the trailer says Zootopia exists in a world where humans never existed. The answer is that the rulers of Zootopia didn't want their brutal past to ruin their present-day peace, so they staged a cover-up. As for the dog in the UK version of the movies, the fan responded to that by explaining that the corgi would have been the traitor. And what did the corgi do? Why? Led enemy forces down the secret path to humanity, of course. Why there are no fish in Zootopia. Aquatic mammals are also conspicuous by their absence. Although we see water in the movie, we don't see any underwater life. The ocean seems to be there for recreation for the land's living creatures, rather than as a home for aquatic creatures. We see the Zootopians using the beaches for fun, and there are leisure boats out on the ocean. Plus, there doesn't seem to be any method to transport aquatic life around the metropolis. So where are the aquatic mammals? There's a fan theory that the mammals that live in the ocean, like whales, live in a fishtopia instead, and that's because it was just too difficult logistically for them to live as part of the metropolis. But there's a darker theory too, that suggests there are no aquatic mammals because the Zootopians just don't care about them at all. This is evidence from their Natural History Museum. Not all mammals are represented. It's true that Nick and Judy don't necessarily see every exhibit during their time in the museum, but there is no evidence at all that there are any whales, dolphins, seals, or other intelligent underwater mammals in the museum. And we learn why Judy first travels into Zootopia. We see polar bears visiting Fishtown Market and Clark Halibut. These are places that sell consumable fish. Not only that, but there's also a place called Blubber Chef. Blubber comes from whales and other aquatic mammals, so that means they eat them too. Although Zootopia is a society built on equality, they don't value aquatic life, and they even eat other mammals. Judy and Nick's relationship is deliberately ambiguous. The truth behind Judy and Nick's relationship has had fans in a steady debate ever since the film came out in March 2016. There are two main camps, one that believes they're just great friends, and one that believes they're romantically involved.
Get in here. Okay, oh, you bunnies. You're so emotional.
The ambiguity behind their relationship isn't just a fan debate. The directors left the characters' relationship open to interpretation, and they understand why fans can read it either way. Co-director Rich Moore told EW that he immediately found out that one camp of fans ship Judy and Nick and want them to get married. These fans even show the director's drawings of the characters' wedding, but on the other side, he's found fans who strongly believe the characters should not get married. They don't want there to be a romance, they just want Judy and Nick to be best friends, and they're curious as to why every male and female couple in a movie has to fall in love. When talking about the spin-off potential of the movie, the directors revealed they would have to address that lingering plot point. Rich Moore admitted that they would have to take on the questions of what Nick and Judy's relationship really is like, and he knows that one camp will be disappointed with their decision. The directors even had some fun with the ambiguity in a deleted scene, and in that deleted scene, it looks like Nick and Judy were secretly dating. Stay tuned for that. Judy and Nick went on to have kids. The fans that ship Judy and Nick have been playing out the debate with other fans on Quora. One fan explains how it would be possible for the characters to get together in a sequel, and not only that, how the characters could have children. Hold up a minute. How would a rabbit and a fox have children? The fan made an argument in favor of the theory by citing Disney movie history. There have been other odd couples made up of two different species. The fan gave the example of the Robin Hood movie, and the strong indication of a romantic interest between the bear Little John and the chicken Lady Cluck. Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog were also held up as examples. The pair had daydreams about having children together in a movie. Not only that, but the fan also pointed out how animals in real life have bred with other species. Raccoons can breed with cats, dogs can breed with wolves and coyotes, horses can breed with donkeys, so it wouldn't be too beyond the realms of possibility for Judy and Nick to have kids. Judy and Nick were secretly dating. When the movie was first released, a fan created an image on DeviantArt showing Judy introducing Nick to her parents as her boyfriend. A fan tweeted the picture to the directors with the comment, "We know this scene was deleted." And director Rich Moore actually replied with a surprising revelation. He revealed that there actually is a deleted scene similar to this fan pic, and he promised that they'd try to include it on Blu-ray. True to his word, the deleted scene was included on the film's DVD and Blu-ray release in June of that year. In the deleted scene, Judy brings Nick back to her apartment, only to find her entire family waiting for her. Her folks are shocked to see their daughter with a fox, and her dad assumes Nick is Judy's boyfriend. Director Rich Moore explained that the scene got cut because a different version works better. They wanted a moment where someone could threaten Judy's ability to become a police officer, but people didn't believe Judy would give up everything because her parents told her to go home. So the actual scene in the movie was when Judy's boss almost canned her, and Nick comes to the rescue. So there you have it, 10 Zootopia fan theories that make total sense. Which one do you think is most likely? And do you ship Judy and Nick? Or do you think they're better off as friends? Weigh in with your opinion in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to The Things for more videos like this one. We'll see you next time.